Welling United Freeview is sponsored by Woosa.
Okay, here with Jody Brown after the 4-1 defeat to Forest Green Rovers. Jody, what's your thoughts?
I'm disappointed. Really disappointed with the scoreline. I felt we were in control of the game for the first half hour. Very, very much in control of the game. Scored a very good goal. Great interplay around the penalty area. Something that we've been talking about and working at. Controlled the game in terms of possession for huge parts of it, but that know-how, that ability on the counter-attack that we spoke about and were prepared for. It's disappointing that we've conceded 4 goals and nearly all of them on the counter-attack.
Do you think, looking at the game, it changed with them getting the equaliser so quickly? Maybe if we'd held the lead longer, it might have helped us?
Yeah, without a doubt. We've spoke about that as well. You know, it's disappointing. We give away possession, then give away a sloppy free kick, then didn't react to the quick free kick, and it's 1-1 in a game that I did honestly feel we were controlling. Before we were causing lots of problems. They didn't look like they were going to get tight to us in midfield at all. And I felt we could have controlled the game for the whole game if we hadn't given away that goal. But we've ended up 4-1, so I mean, what can I say?
After that, did you feel that our confidence was knocked after that by conceding that goal?
I don't know, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I don't know the boys well enough to know whether it's a psychological thing and their confidence went. They shouldn't have lost confidence because we were in control of the game. But, you know, we keep going back to this, that we've got young players and they don't react well to setbacks, maybe. And you know, today is a day where we saw lots of good things. I'm sure you saw good things. But the nature of the 4 goals we conceded are inexcusable in most circumstances.
Yeah, agreed. And in particular for the first goal, the impact of Carmichael, who's a new signing, we'll come on to talk about him in a minute, was absolutely key, and it was a great finish by Jody.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I felt our midfield 3 were on top of the game, with lots of possession in there. The 3 boys played well together, moved the ball quickly, utilised the overload, and I thought we threatened to score a goal of that nature many times in and around that penalty area, getting their 3rd man run, and many times we look like breaking them down. Unfortunately, we are still lacking that cutting edge around the penalty area.
Negative, I suppose, 3 of the goals comes from crosses. Obviously that's something you probably look to work on the training field. All
counter-attacks though, weren't they? All counter-attacks, and we'd spoke about and we'd worked to stop those counter-attacks. I felt we were prepared to stop them, but it comes down to sort of game management, and when the players cross the line, they've got to take that on board. And you know, I'm not one to blame the players. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just disappointed that we were prepared for them to counter-attack. We knew that was a threat, and we've got hit on the counter-attack 4 times.
Joe Healy come off at half-time. How is he?
Groin strain. Disappointed to lose. I mean, that probably contributes, doesn't it? You know, he's one of our experienced heads, and he was having a good game. He was getting on the ball. He was being clever. He was stopping their right back get out as well. So yeah, that probably contributes a little bit to our loss of, I don't know what the word is, concentration or shape, or we lost something in that first 15 minutes of the second half, and maybe that contributed to it, that forced change.
A couple of penalty shouts for us. Your thoughts, in particular Charlie Penny when he was through.
Yeah, I don't know if there was contact, but Charlie definitely touched the ball first. From where I'm sitting, I can't tell you if there was contact. It looked a good shout, but you know, I'm hearing people in the other dugout saying that he's dived. I don't know. If he did dive, it's foolish because he was going to get the contact.
So let's talk about a busy day for you yesterday. You made a couple of new signings. Just explain how some of them moves come about. In particular, say Carmichael.
Yeah, Carmichael, I've been speaking to Bournemouth for a little while, obviously since I've come in, because of the link that we already had with them, with Bassel and Buchel, and I felt that we needed outfield players as opposed to the goalkeeper, and we were able to get an outfield player from Bournemouth in an area where we could do with some cover and strength. So I sent Buchel back so that we could get Carmichael in.
Harry Osborne, maybe a tough debut for him today. He came in and played at right back.
Yeah, it was a tough debut for him. He's against a very good winger, an experienced winger and a good player, one of their better players. He's never met the boys before, Harry. He's come straight in today, met the lads on the coach, but we haven't got a right back, so that one's fairly obvious.
How long are the loans for both players?
A month.
Right. And a bit of a coup for the club, Rowan Vine. How did that come about?
I actually spoke to him when he was at Grays, because we knew he was without a club, but maybe Grays is a little bit low for him, I don't know. He's got himself fit and he's ready to go, so it was just a follow-up really. Do you want to come in? And he was keen to come in, and he's already been in, and he'd done the warm-down session with the boys yesterday. So
international clearance hopefully maybe in time for Alfreton, do you believe?
It's got to be. It's only Scotland. I think it's ridiculous that you have to get international clearance. Well, everyone knows who Rowan Vine is, and I'm sure he doesn't like owe a £10 booking or something like that out there, so should just get the international clearance sharpish.
Obviously with the players coming in, any players are you looking to maybe get out on loan? You've mentioned about a lot of the youngsters maybe dropping down a level to give them a bit more game time. Is that in your thoughts?
Yeah, potentially. One thing's for certain, they've had a good chance. Everyone's had a good chance. They've had 4 games where we've had no rest in between, and that's a big ask for these boys, but they've had no rest in between. But at the same time, they've not really had competition for places. They will now have competition for places, and that might lead to boys going out on loan to gain much needed sort of match and competitive experience. It might not. It depends how they train over the next 10 days.
Are you still in the market to bring players in?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But, we're still massively lacking experience, and that's why those 15-minute spells happen. When you're looking around for a leader and your oldest player's 24 or something, 23, 24, there's no one just galvanising the boys, getting us organised, managing the game. When at 1-0 up, maybe we should have just played safe for 5 minutes. Made sure that we held on to that lead, but we're still trying to play, and we're giving the ball away in the middle third, and it cost us a goal. And then the start of the second half, we're crying out for experience. You've got Glenn on the sideline trying to give out instructions, but people can't hear you on the other side of the pitch. You need someone out on that pitch who's been there, done it, who can organise, because we've got some great young players, that's for certain. I've seen that now in 4 games. We've got some very good young players. Zach Fagan, I think maybe he's been at fault for a couple of the goals today, but he's used to the ball. How many touches has he had today? He's dictated the midfield for large parts of the game. He's a great prospect. You've got Jake in there, who physically dominates most players he comes up against. There's a number of them. Charlie Penny's giving us everything he's got. He needs support. I think we've got some talented young boys that if we got a little bit of experience and got the blend right, then the future's bright. We always knew that these 4 games were 4 games we had to get out of the way, really. Obviously we wanted to get points, and on reflection maybe the Torquay points a bonus because of the state that things were in terms of numbers. The time we come in, maybe I should have said I'll come in after the Forest Green game when that window opens, leave the caretakers in charge, because I'm a winner and I don't like losing these games and it hurts me, but we're always thinking we start now, we'll have a stronger squad, we'll have 5 or 6 training sessions, and the Alfreton game is a game that I'm sure everyone at the club knows that we have to target to try and take points from.
What are you looking to get out of these 13 days with the boys?
Well, first of all, the boys need a little recovery because they've had 4 games in a short space of time. But then we need to, we need to get back on it tempo-wise. But obviously, it's a great opportunity for me to work tactically and on our shape without the ball, because we're looking vulnerable without the ball, aren't we? When play breaks down, we do look vulnerable. Work on that and hopefully integrate the new players. Integrate, likes of Rowan Vine. I thought Reece Harris come on today and done well. I thought he was lively. Integrate him into things. As well as the other boys, and that's going to be the big thing, getting across tactically how we want to be, working on our shape without the ball, because we do look vulnerable, and integrating the new boys. And I think if we do that, we'll go into that Alfreton game far more confident, because everyone involved's had a hard 7-8 days. It's been very hard, and I think we're all looking forward to a chance to get a break from the games and get ourselves organised.
Jody, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Subscribe to WingsTV now for HD highlights.